I don't think there's anything quite as satisfying as opening a giant oversized box that's got something really cool in it. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. It's an unboxing of epic proportions today. The re-released HPI Racing Baja 5B is on the bench today, and we're gonna go over everything that you get in the box. This is the HPI Baja 5B Flux Self Building Kit. That's what it says on the side of the box right there. This is an awesome day. This was unexpected, but very, very cool. After I saw the release at the NERSA show in Las Vegas a few weeks back, I reached out to HPI. I said, hey, would you like to send me one of these new kits? Because I'd really like to build one. And they said, yes, how about we send one to KPOPRC as well? He can have the gas-powered kit. And I said, that's a great idea, let's do that. If you're not familiar with KPOPRC, he's the guy when it comes to HPI 5Bs. He knows all the tips and tricks. He's got a ton of them, and he's been doing content on these large 5th scale buggies for a very long time. I will put a link down in the description below where you can go check out his stuff. I'll even put a video link right up here to some of our previous Baja content. Yeah, man, you give me a fucking Baja and it's fucking broken? Which got me hooked on these large scale RCs. And now I get to be one of the first people to build one of the Riris. And this is super exciting for me. So let's get this giant box off the bench and I'll start unboxing it so you can see what you get in the kit. Coincidentally, I made this knife. Well, I assembled it anyway. There it is. That's a big box. Anyway, there you go. It's, oh man. From what I've been told, they've changed nothing. Everything is, gotta get this out of the way. From what I've been told, everything is exactly the same as you would remember from the original Baja release many, many years ago. And it was actually kind of cool. The guys from HPI sent me a bunch of photos from the original batch of the original RTRs that came out however many years ago, which is pretty neat. Good photo reference too for when you're building this. But let's open up the box here. This is, like I said, the kit version. 8S LiPo is the recommended power source. 2-wheel drive, viscous torque differential. It is add your own electronics, so you do not get any electronics whatsoever in this self-build kit. Okay, let's open up this box though and see what's in here. It's important to remember that the 5B is a very large buggy. It's 5th scale, so everything's going to be big. And that's sort of evidenced at first by the size of the body panels. That's just part of it. You do get all the Lexan pieces, multiple parts to build everything out. You've got your side pods that will go on the side of the vehicle there. Pods here as well. I think this is multi-piece body, so there's lots of Lexan to paint. You know it's big when the wing is as big as Andre the Giant's hand. Here's the tires, which are gigantic, nice, soft rubber. The Dirt Buster, I don't remember if these are the same or not, but those look to be the front tires. And here's the rear tires. This foam is like a closed cell foam. It's almost like a neoprene. Very hard, but still pliable at the same time. Pretty interesting to see that. They will need to be left out to get them back to their regular shape, but that'll happen over time. And nice big wide knobby tires. I don't remember the tires on the original being this soft, but that could just be me. But yeah, nice big monster tires. These measure, how many squares are these? Over 7 inches in diameter. So they're big. They're big tires. That's awesome. They are beadlock wheels as well. Let me locate those. Oh man, this is awesome. This is so cool. The tower of wheels. Look at these awesome looking. These are plastic beadlocks. Big, huge hex. That's not a 17 mil hex. That is much larger. But this is fantastic. Also get beadlock rings here. They are white, and they look like they could be dyed, if I'm not mistaken. Kentucky Sky, anyone? All right, what else have we got? Oh, here's some hexes and all the wheel hardware. So that's for all your beadlock wheels. And there's the hexes that will be used to apply these to the axle stubs. Next part to pull out of the box is the aluminum main chassis plate, I guess you could call it. It's anodized in a sort of a mid-gloss gray. It looks really, really nicely done. It's thick. It's a thick boy for sure. This is, what is this? 4mm aluminum. I'm not sure on the composition of that aluminum, but this is just, it's about as solid as it gets. And gosh, it's so big. That's what she said. That's, yeah. Okay, let's get out some more stuff. Some plastic elements here. There's a few bags of these plastic parts. But you can see these are some of the main portions of the cage. All looks to be really nicely molded. Very strong plastic as well. Look at the size of these light buckets. They're huge. Look at the size of that thing. Insane. I cannot wait to put this together. This is going to be so much fun. All right, what else have we got here? Holy cow. There's so many bags. Lots of big bags of plastic parts like this one. Because this is the electric version, there's going to be some main differences between this and, say, the gasoline versions. Can't really tell you what they are right now because I don't know. In addition to all of these bags of plastic, there's a lot of additional aluminum anodized hardware to go with it. Massive radio box. I think there is like a specific, this one actually says kit bag Flux on it. So that probably means that this specific bag is specific to the Flux kit. Probably motor mounts and such are in that bag there. Another bag of assorted plastic. This is kit bag plastic A. There's going to be all kinds of bits and pieces here, probably for front suspension, some skid plates, shock towers, it looks like. Yeah, sort of, oh, look at this. Oh my God. I gotta open this up. They're as big as my finger. That is hilarious. Final big heavy bag. This one's got all of your metal components in here. Looks like stuff to build shocks as well. Pillow balls, transmission stuff, tons of bearings, all the lubricants. That's pretty cool. All the lubricants are included. Look at the size. This is so funny, man. Look at the size of this. That's the spur gear. I love showing that off because it really does show you how big everything is in this kit. Shock oil by the pint in there. The shock oil is 5 weight. That's really interesting. I've never seen that before. 5. What's this then? More shock oil. This is 40. So front and rear, maybe? That could be. We'll find out. It's all really nicely packaged, and it appears to be laid out in steps too. Like here's kit bag E. So as you go through the manual, which I'm going to pull out here in a second, we'll have a better idea of the steps that everything is supposed to happen. Hopefully they've done it in the way that each step is its own bag. Kit bag C, for example, it looks like all the hardware is in there. So it does appear as if everything you need is in each bag, rather than hunting and pecking around like you would in like a Tamiya kit, for example. All right, let's get the manual. I feel like this is going to be not a kit you build in a day. The instruction manual is not full color, but it does have all the instructions pretty clearly laid out. There is only one manual for both gas and electric versions of the kit. So there are a lot of steps you'll have to skip over if you're doing the electric version like me. At the very beginning of the manual, they do a great job of laying out what size batteries will fit in the Flux version of the car. They also tell you what sort of electronics you should use as well, which is very handy. Speaking of, I'll be running a Reef's Beast servo for steering duty, and Castle will be supplying an XLX2 ESC and motor. I think I'm going with an 800 kV motor capable of insane speed, which should be a lot of fun in two-wheel drive. Along with the instructions, there's also a very handy warranty card, which I will be filling out. And then there's a ton of cool stickers to add to your Baja 5B. So you can add all kinds of really cool stuff. Lots of carbon fiber in these decals. There's all your carbon fiber style stickers, and then a bunch of like branded stickers to go with it as well. So that's pretty nice to include that. Oh, that's really nice. Look, they're the Josh painting tips. That's really handy. They also show you where to cut all the Lexan there, and how to detail it out. So that's pretty cool. That looks great. There's a couple updates to the manual as well. These were obviously added later on, but nothing that you can't handle provided you are paying attention. Steps 23 and 48, as well as 50, 75, and 76. Those all should be updated, so you should check those out before you start building. All right, that's everything you get in the box. There's a lot of stuff, man. I think I'm gonna get started on this right away. Despite the fact that I have to be at Proline by the Fire in 2 days. There's nothing quite like starting something like this before you go somewhere. Ever since I had the opportunity to run one of Kpop's Bajas, I've been hooked on the idea of having one of my own. And now I do. And I get to build it, which is even better. I am so glad that HPI released these as self-build kits. Whether it be gas or electric, it's going to be an incredible experience to put one of these together, and I cannot thank them enough for sending one my way to do that. My thanks also to Reefs and Castle for supplying all the electronics for this 8S monster of a Baja 5B. Man, this is a real mess, and I'm afraid that my desk isn't big enough to build this. I hope it is, though. I don't know where else I can do it. Rebecca won't let me out of this room. It's going to be so much fun to put this together, and I hope that you will continue to watch. And there will be a lot more content coming soon on the entire build process, so you can follow along. And when you get one of these, you can build it just as well as I did. If you are into electric, stick around and watch me build this. If you are into gas, I will link to Kpop's video where he goes through the whole build. There will be a lot more content with this huge buggy, because of course with Kpop having the gas one, it's probably best that we get together and see how they perform against each other. I hope you stick around for that content as well. Are you interested in the large scale stuff? Is 5th scale where it's at for you, or is this a whole new thing? Put a comment down below. You know I love reading through your feedback, and I try to answer as many of them as I can. And if you're enjoying this video and you want to see more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to HPI. We'll see you again soon.